He's Jesus. He can do anything. Let's just leave it at that.
Duh. Probably knows how to speak with
Jesus.
fishes too.
I mean,
Shit.
oh god.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. So Gary, how far did you get with her with the whole game, by the way?
I got through Kamoshida's palace. We didn't
Whole
get to
thing
the
in
confession though.
Okay. Hmm. I hope I didn't ruin the whole thing. Talking me. This is all my fault. What did I do? I need to go ahead and make a save file before I romance her. You know, I may speak all dirty and fucked up, but you know, there may be a part in me deep down that may want to play the hoe with some of these girls. But honestly, I don't think I can go through with it with this game.
Okay.
Oh damn, was that too sudden? Oh no. I was gonna go for the fuckboy ending truthfully, but I don't know. I think I'm just good with either one.
Well, you are gonna have a very difficult decision to make.
You mean between choosing ones?
Yeah, and considering the fact that you've only met like a small handful of girls so far.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you're right. This isn't good. She's annoyed. Welcome back.
I have risen from the dead.
You know, like a resuscitated ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
You know Halloween's near, so you know.
Alright, the stream is up.
Ah, damn, I really don't want to leave to this. Alright. Hold on, you know. Can you tell your mother I said hello?
Mommy, tell my friend you don't like him.
Bruh.
Amigo dijo hi. Hola.
Bruh.
She would have said it.
Why you do this?
Because it's funny.
Oh my god. If you literally do it, what I define when I finally meet her in person, be like, you know, when he gets here, tell him, say, oh no, hi, get out.
Yeah.
You know what?
You really think that This is gonna change. This is what you're gonna get.
Oh my goodness.
The fuck?
Well, I did sign up for this.
Yeah, you know, like you totally signed a contract. Now your soul is mine type shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I always gotta be so damn extra.
What?
Shame on you.
You ain't right for this.
I know.
Ugh, you're not supposed to agree. Ugh, you make this wait. First woman I have ever met that actually can literally turn everything I throw right back at me, and with ease.
That's because you've only met little girls before. You've never met someone like me, Chuck.
Oh my god.
Facts.
In other words, I haven't met a real woman in person yet. Makes sense.
Nope, you only met weak-willed women in life.
I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's a lie.
You never could anyway.
You know, that actually kind of does make sense with what one of my female friends was talking about the other day. No, not the other day. Earlier, before y'all hit me up. Where I was talking about, let me see. Let me read through my thing again. Give me a second. No, I was talking about some, no, it ended up and I was talking about I wondered how she smelled, and she was like, oh, I was wondering how she smelled and how tall she was, and she was like, oh no, I'm like 5'6" and I smell like flowers, and I'm like, you sound so nice, and she's like, and I'm like, I've never really met any woman that, you know, have that, and she's like, woman like what, you know, that's, and I was like, you know, that smell nice, and she's like, well, you are 20, the age of the girls were like you're gonna meet the most are gonna reek of alcohol, sex, and problematic relationships. That's what she said.
Wow.
What?
I ain't gonna say anything. You meet some very strange females.
I no, I don't. Well, I can't deny this.
Of course you can. You can't deny anything. The only thing, for some reason, you still insist to deny is that you're a hoe.
You know, and you both are partly right. It's like I normally don't meet any that. Wait, do you smell like what do you smell like, Gary? Do you have like a scent to her, or?
Hmm?
Does Judy have like a scent to her? Like, does she smell like vanilla, flowers, death? What does she smell like?
She smells like a New York subway.
I smell like a pair of new Timbs. That's how I smell.
Oh my! Oh, you smell good then.
Bitch. I can't believe you really asked for what I smell like. What the fuck is this? Oh my god.
You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I meet these girls, I'm thinking, oh, you know, oh, never mind.
You were saying?
Yeah, it's like when I meet these girls, it's like the grown women, okay, they actually, you know, smell nice. But it's like with girls, like my age or older, they're like, you know, that'll smell like death, sweat, pussy, shame, alcohol, cigarettes, weed, problematic relationships, anxiety, and a bunch of other stress and shit. Yes, I can smell that. I've actually grown a nose for that. But yeah, that's kind of all.
Wait a minute. What?
What?
You have a scent for. Wait a minute, you have a gift? wait, I'm so discombobulated right now. You have a talent for smelling things? Is that what you're telling me? Like if I was on my period, you could smell that?
Bruh.
I'm just saying, because apparently you can smell anxiety, depression, you know, my ex from 5 years ago, what the fuck?
No.
I, I, I'm so just. I'm so lost for words. I can't process this, man. It's too late for this. Okay. I learn new things every day. Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, child,
Brian, just go ahead and just introduce us, man, before this shit goes even more left.
You said what, Gary?
introduce us, because apparently, you know, you already said too much about your weird talents. Go ahead, woman sniffer.
Oh my, what?
That's your nickname from now on. Woman sniffer.
No, I don't want that name. Go back to Flaming Moltres.
Dude, it still is Flaming Moltres. I'm just adding it as another category.
Oh god. Woman sniffer. You make me sound like I sniff panties. God.
Well, now apparently you can sniff other things. I wouldn't be surprised if you could smell, you know, what color of thong someone has.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hello, nice to see you. You know what? Those striped thong you have are now? Excellent.
Oh my god.
I love that raspberry scent. Did you go to Bath and Body Works yesterday?
I hate how accurate that last one was.
Yeah, because you'll be doing that shit, weirdo.
I just no, it's just when I meet some of these girls, it's just like, you know, like there was one I was like, damn, she looks amazing. Then, you know, when I got up close to her and I was like, wait a minute, what is that odor? And I'm like, yo, you smell that? And she's like, oh no, I was probably hitting that kush kush. And I was like, hold up.
Okay, dog,
like,
can you just introduce us already?
Introduces you to what? The girl?
I don't know. I mean, what? Do I look like I want to be introduced to females?
No.
I hate you so much.
Okay, let me go ahead and just put this on hold and introduce y'all into this damn stream. Alright, y'all, so welcome back to another stream. You have me, apparently, it's, you know what, fuck me. You know what? No, we're not doing this. Anyways, you know, we have me, and Gary, and the lovely Judy, and...
Bitch! Why do you keep saying lovely? I'm not lovely.
Well, okay, deadly. You like that?
I'm just Judy.
Now, what you giving her a damn adjective for?
Adjective.
And your rude ass didn't even bother to give me one, dickhead.
That's because I can't think of a good one for you, to be honest. Like, what? What can we describe you as? Like, there's a lot, man.
I wasn't being serious, man. God damn.
I know, I'm fucking with you. But no, we got Gary, we got Judy, and apparently Gary is streaming Middle-earth Shadow of the Mordor Game of the Year edition. I thought you were doing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. Just a forewarning, this is my very first time playing this game, so pretty much all I know about it is that it's in the same universe of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and the combat is supposed to be very similar to the Batman Arkham games. So with all that in mind, I figured that it shouldn't take me that long to kind of get past the learning curve, but we'll see how it goes.
Sounds amazing. Alright, let's delve on in. Woman sniffer.
In the land of
I'm
Mordor,
glad you're accepting it.
where the
Hmm.
shadows
I'm glad you're accepting it.
It was here,
Hmm.
on the slopes of Mount Doom, that the Dark Lord
Stop laughing at
Sauron
me. It
was
just,
defeated by a last
for the
alliance of
first
men
time,
and
this
elves.
name just, I'm,
It is
you know,
here
I
that
was
the two
okay with Flaming
half-flowers of
Moltres. I was
lives
okay,
enters
you know,
Mordor's
with Gary every now and then calling me Bree Bree,
guarding a
but
stone
this,
slot that all men had forgotten. And while the strength of Gondor faded,
Lord help me.
the power and malice of Sauron
What path had
grew
I
in
tread down?
darkness. He has
Where have I
returned to
gone?
Mordor.
Was hast thou in innocence
Shadow and flame have
torments, or
fallen
whatever the
on the
fuck
Black
it
Gate,
is?
and no mortal man
Somebody save me.
can stand in
Oh,
its
hush.
path.
Hmm. Why do I have to do this?
Not doing it.
Or be in this? You got me all Hey, you did say discombobulated a while ago. I just noticed that. So, what brought that?
Are you surprised that I know big words?
No, it's just the first time I heard you really use that one.
I've said that before.
Hmm.
See, we didn't do a stream last night because Gary was over and he was showing me Persona, so
That is a perfect
it took
swing
like a whole out fucking
for
7
killing
hours.
chicken. Wouldn't want to hurt you.
Damn.
It'll take a lot more than that.
That sounded like y'all had fun yesterday.
Dear Hal, the mighty chicken killer. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
Okay.
Show your father what you have, huh?
don't be a melancholic Bree.
Hmm.
You'll have to hit harder if you want to best your father.
Hard enough?
Yeah, I just want to do it for myself,
Very
you know.
Don't
To,
forget to block.
You should not forget to hit.
Stay alert.
you know,
Your enemy
come and
will not
hang
always be
and all that
as he
shit.
appears.
Ooh, this combat looks.
Easy, son.
I hope,
You're not a
but
soldier
you
yet.
have to come first before that happens, which won't be far,
I'll have your gun.
as you said, thankfully. This combat is fluid, I must say. I'm here for it. There was something I was going to ask one of you, but it's eluded me. Oh damn, I forgot. I was supposed to watch this girl straight. You know what, fuck it. I probably missed it already after an hour. Should probably get over it.
Why am I not surprised you had it eating?
You know what? You know, I got lost playing Persona 5, so I forgot, you know, her stream was going. I was like, oh damn, I forgot. She was streaming Kingdom Hearts, the collection, and I was like, damn, I missed that. She was supposed to shout me out and shit. Yeah.
Remember, son, lunge deep and cut deeper.
What? I ain't got shit for this. I just got lost in time.
These orcs are much stronger than any we've ever
I'm
seen.
not guilty. I can't be blamed.
Far worse. There's too many. Go find your mother. Go find your mother. Keep her safe. I'll be right behind you. Go. Am I dead?
You are banished from death.
Huh, I ain't been on Instagram in a minute. Oh yeah, you fucked with that Gundam beta or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, I was playing it today.
Oh, how was it? I've been interested in trying that out.
It's pretty fun. I mean, the controls were a little weird to get since it's like all fast
Mm-hmm.
kind of motion. But aside from that, it's actually really, really fun.
Hmm. I wonder if they'll release the demo because there were a lot of betas that I missed that I wanted to try out.
Well, this is an open beta.
Really?
Yeah, you don't need any kind of weird invitation. You just download it from the store. That's what I did.
Oh, oh, cool.
Yeah, because I remember one of my followers was playing it, and I was like, I wanted to try it because it looked interesting. I downloaded it
Yeah.
2 days ago,
This
but
is
I was so into
beautiful.
Uncharted, I didn't really get
Where
into
did
it
you
until
find
today.
it?
It's actually
I
pretty
still have a
fun.
few friends left in Gondor. Yes, I
else
did.
tonight.
And nothing has changed. He's still very stubborn.
I say we go anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I finally have enough for the Lost Legacy. I've gotten paid. But I think I'll put it off for now.
What's the point in getting the Lost Legacy if you haven't even finished? You haven't even played Uncharted 4 yet.
I gotta just try so I have to play the others.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like you should play Uncharted 4 first, just because you won't really grasp the charm of Nadine anyway, if you do play the Lost Legacy from the get-go. I'm just saying, I think you should play Uncharted 4 first, to really grasp Nadine,
I'll clear a path.
and then go into
Outnumbered.
the
Stealth
Lost
is my
Legacy.
only advantage.
Okay. I might as well go ahead and just beat. I said I was gonna beat the other 4 before I go into that first. So I'm gonna do that first. I wonder if that other game for beta. I need to check.
I've never really been interested in Gundam games, but yeah, I would like to see a lot more variety of them here. I never truly say I got it. I love the shows, but
Ranger.
game-wise, never truly cared to play them.
What do you mean? You know, like the ones that you never had any intent,
I never had an
interest in.
I never had an interest to play video games. Now the shows, I love the shows. It's just I never been interested to play.
So you're thinking about maybe trying this one and giving it a try?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. The beta was fun. I enjoyed what I did. They had a lot of cool Gundams that I liked personally. So I might. It just seems like the type of game that, you know, will more allure to you if you're waiting for like multiplayer and stuff like that. Quite frankly. I mean, playing individually is fun, but I feel like if you just play individually all the time, it'll kind of get a little bit like boring. And while I do like it, I don't think I'll have that kind of interest in play it so much. So I don't think I'd pay much for it.
Okay. That's understandable, so.
Yeah, but it definitely is very fun.
Okay. Well put.
Come back to me, Elf Lord.
So we got orcs, elves, and all the other things from the Middle Earth world in this.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it would make sense to have all the creatures.
Oh, hell.
What is this place?
Well, it wouldn't really be, you know,
See for yourself.
Middle Earth without them.
That is very true. You know, but I don't know. I've never really gotten into these types of games. My friend actually did own this and played it, but I don't know. With this,
Now do you believe me, Ranger?
this
What has
one,
happened to me?
these games never really caught my attention that much.
You are banished from death. Cast adrift between the worlds.
Well,
Is it
maybe
similar
this will
to The
change your
Witcher?
mind. This is why we do what we
binds
do.
us together within the walls of Ardar.
I get you. Is it similar to The Witcher in a sense?
It's true.
Well, seeing as I've been playing this game for 5 minutes, I can't really
Find
tell
the
you
one
yet.
who cast it on us.
Oh yeah,
The black
that is
hand
true.
of Sauron.
I mean, it definitely would probably fall kind of into the category of more like historical fiction, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's that format similar, but it could be. Maybe combat-wise, probably could be. I'm not sure. I've never personally played the game, so I've never really watched games together. Not too much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like with The Witcher is more of... The Witcher is more hack and slash, and it's more dependent on like specific decisions you make during the story that affect
Right.
the overall outcome. Where I think with Shadow of Mordor, it's more linear, whereas like The Witcher is a lot more open world.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a mix. Like the combat feels like Assassin's Creed, and yeah, definitely a mix of the Arkham games.
I believe I can fly by Prompto.
You mean like Noctis?
I mean, because Prompto took the picture.
Shame.
I need to play that damn DLC when I get the chance, because that shit was hilarious.
Dude, that shit literally made my whole weekend. That I was dying from the very beginning through the whole damn thing. It was just the funniest shit. Like,
An easy
oh god, it was just great. I might play it again just because for laughs.
You could stream it.
It's really short though.
Mm.
The only reason it feels long is if you try to do like the 3 or 4 side quests that there are. But if you just do like the straight missions, it would only take you maybe like half an hour.
We can do that in like 2 or 3 hours, right?
Huh?
You could do it in like 2 or 3 hours then, right?
What do you mean in 2 or 3 hours?
Like the story mode, just no.
Story mode.
No, not the story. You know what I'm talking about, the whole, you know, Assassin's Creed and the Final Fantasy. You never mind, I'm getting off.
It's confusing.
The whole, you know, the whole Noctis and what does the thing consist of exactly besides the whole Assassin's Festival? Like, is there a whole story behind it?
It just deals with, you know, there's that Assassin's Festival that's going on in Listolum. And obviously Noctis and Prompto are all being fanboys about it because they love Assassin's Creed. And it deals with the fact that when the army goes into the city to try to find Noctis, because he still has a bounty on his head. So you get into the costumes, Assassin's costumes, more beyond cosplay, because you use those to disguise yourself to hide away from the army itself. So what you really have to do is defeat the one that's in charge of looking for you. You know, because he was gonna try to put something in the power plant that's there to cause some damage to the city or something. And there's this jamming device that he puts in Lestallum that doesn't allow you to use your magic. So the only thing that you have is a dagger.
Like some assassin shit.
Yeah, so you really don't have the liberty of combat like you do in the original, like I get the story mode, you know. So it's just, it really does feel like you are playing Assassin's Creed.
Oh. So they not only just put you in a costume, you know, for dramatic effect, they actually put you in a situation where you have to use the abilities, you know, like in Assassin's Creed, like you said.
Yeah, it's like you do hide, you know how like in Assassin's Creed you hide like in haystacks and all that stuff. You actually
Leap of
do
faith
that
and shit.
in that. Yeah, you actually do that in the extra. So it does teach you how to do all that stuff. Because you can't directly fight with the soldiers because since your magic is limited and that small dagger's not gonna do that much damage. So you basically are doing
That's
everything
hmm,
like stealthy.
that's really cool and really well done.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. I mean, aside from the dialogue itself,
That
it's
is where we
incredibly
have to
funny.
go.
We
If
are
we
assassins.
trust
Oh,
Trust has
Noctis.
nothing to do with
Noctis
it.
was just that boy couldn't get any more of a
Cannot
dork than what he
lie.
already was, but this was the best.
You gotta wonder what, all the other girls would see him and, see everybody in assassin's outfits, him playing in this, I'd be like, we are assassins. He was like, Noctis, what the fuck are you doing?
Fucking Regis is all like, I really send my son off and he's out here cosplaying fucking assassins and shit.
He's like, what have I done?
The world has changed.
He sees Ignis, he's like, Ignis, what tomfoolery is this? And he's like, I just went along with it.
I love how Ignis was flustered because of how revealing the outfit was.
Yeah, because he's not used to showing that much skin.
I know, and it's just funny because obviously, Gladio embraces it fully because the man's like always halfway naked anyway. But then there's Ignis who's like, more of the introvert kind, and he's all like, isn't this outfit a little too revealing and shit? And I'm like, it's so funny.
You're probably thinking, oh, you're gonna have to be like this in the bedroom anyway, so I don't know why you're getting so upset.
You want to see Ignis in your bedroom?
Why I'm here. I can't remember.
I'm not gonna answer that.
Let's go find the flavor. His mind may provide answers.
The only nigga you know what, never mind, let's not go into that.
You're not worthy of Aranea anyway. You're not worthy of Aranea anyway.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about her, but you know what? That's my bitch.
No, she's not.
Mm,
You're her bitch.
you know what?
Shit, everybody's her bitch.
Everybody will want to be her bitch, shit. Over here calling people shortcake and shit.
Yeah.
Uklom.
But no, I wasn't talking about Arnea. My husband, though. Ugh, I can't believe I actually used that fucking word.
I saw you fighting earlier, and he was dead fly. Hey, Steve!
Oh yeah, by the way, Gary, I have embraced the inner Yusuke. I love that nigga.
Yeah, you made that quite evident on Twitter.
I'm gonna be real with you. If I wasn't 100% shot through the hole straight, that's daddy.
So no homo, right?
Yeah.
Please, just embrace it. Ain't no one gonna think you're gay because of that, honestly. I'm so tired of that shit.
Honestly,
there's no crime in having a man crush on someone. If I was a guy, I'd have a bunch of man crushes.
yeah, that is my man crush. I'll be like, that's bae, that's daddy.
I am in your debt.
Of course. I ain't lesbian, but I still be like, yeah, that's my life.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I thought when I was like, oh, you know what? This is really my dude. Gary really was on to some shit too. I was like, damn.
Well, you are easy to read anyway.
Thank you.
No, it's just, you know what?
Thanks a plenty,
You're not,
stranger.
a person.
You know. The funny part is he reminds me so much of me. I'm like, damn, there's a lot to us that, it resonates so well. I'll be like, I know, man. I know that feel. Let's feel this way together. Shit. Shit.
Wow.
I mean, it's true. It's like my boy's naive. he doesn't know his way in life, you know. And I'm not afraid to sit here and say we've been in this bubble, you know, where we don't really know a lot about the world, and we have to get out front and know it. I'm gonna go ahead and be up front and admit that. And I'm like, damn, this is my boy,
Not if they figure out
Daddy.
someone's sneaking about.
Oh, I
What?
love this. It's so cute.
Did you really just?
Adorable.
You called my shit cute? Really?
That is cute. Making fun.
That I've had my first. Yeah, I have my first husband though. Okay.
It's a very special moment.
It is. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna front. Yeah, that is my first man crush, and I'm not afraid to admit that. And I'm 100% straight. Eat it. But no, I don't care about that. I do love that dude. That's all that matters.
Indeed.
I just wanna. I'll be like, do you wanna draw a picture with me and paint the details together? You know, discover all the shit we couldn't find alone. You know, he'll just hit me with some of that philosophical soliloquy, and I'm just like, oh. Keep talking to me like that.
You truly are in love.
What?
This Uruk's been killed
You're growing up so fast.
all the time. Must have stopped.
Oh my goodness. Just like when you found Ignis.
You know what's funny though? When I first
What?
started playing Final Fantasy 15, my man crush truly was Gladio. You know?
Yeah,
It
obviously.
didn't take me until like a few chapters in to truly, really get into Ignis, even though I always thought it was him. I think I really got into him like around the time he got blind. That's when I really,
Yeah.
really got enamored. And I realized, you know what, if I had to choose between Gladio and Ignis, I'd have choose Ignis every time.
I feel you. It wasn't the whole, oh, you know, he's handsome, and he has the accent and charming and shit. You know, it's the whole, the way he is, and you know, the personality and the way he looks at things.
Absolutely. That man is just... I'd marry that man on sight.
That's my exact feeling with Yusuke.
Like, if I met Ignis, I'd be like, do you want to be my wife? Seriously. Marry me.
I'm really
Be
having
the
a man crush
father
moment
of
with
my
you.
children.
Wait, what was that?
I want him to be the father of my children.
There's gonna be some pretty children.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Smart children, too.
Oh my gosh.
So you learn abilities in this game, too.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I'm not even gonna front, you know, with Ignis, you know, I could see him as the daddy and the husband. Be like, I could appreciate him too. Really.
Ignis has no flaws. The only flaw he has is that he's not real.
What is the only flaw he has?
He's not real. Aside from that, he's a 10 out of 10.
And I've come up with a new recipe. Oh, you can tell me that while we're in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm be front. I'm not even gonna front with you. Like, I literally would take him to the art exhibition with my nigga, with my man. I'd be like, let's all be smart niggas together. Let's be all sophisticated. That's
I'm
sophistication.
not gonna
baby.
allow you to take Ignis on a date before me. What's wrong with you?
You know what? I got to check in with you, really?
Yeah. The hell? I have
Bruh.
to go on a date with him first, and then you can hang out with him.
Oh, I gotta come second? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
See, I only want to have one baby daddy in my life. So you're wrong. I ain't trying to do multiple baby daddies.
You have a fucking planet of daddies. Meanwhile, I only just have one.
Don't get me wrong. If I was, you know, a fictional character, I'd be the biggest hoe alive. I wouldn't mind. But since, you know, that's not possible, then I'm just gonna be, you know, kind of faithful to just one.
I feel you. But no, after your date with Dignus, I want to take him on. I want to be like, let's invite him to me and Yusuke's, I think it's pronounced Yusuke's honeymoon, where we just look at art exhibitions and shit. Be like, let's have a sophistication group. What is it? What do they call it? Sophistication orgy. No, a sophistication orgy. You know, let's all have these, you know, smart ass thoughts and talk about art.
First of
you know,
all, it'd be a threesome, not an orgy.
You know what?
Get your facts straight.
I mean, it would be a conversion of all three minds. You know, Ignis will come in with that real ass flavor and use some words we ain't never. I'll be like, astonish. Tell me more. You know, he'll just elaborate, and then, you know, I could see my man coming. I'll be like, this really is enlightenment. I want this now.
Say, sadly, if I had to choose between Sesshomaru and Ignis, Sesshomaru will always win anyway. There's just no competition.
Oh
He's
my goodness.
like, he's my ultimate daddy.
I thought Itachi was the ultimate daddy.
No, Sesshomaru is the ultimate daddy.
Oh.
I've been in love with Sesshomaru for 12 years. That's my ultimate daddy.
12 years. Ooh.
Well, I did watch Inuyasha when I was 15.
That is true.
I keep telling you I'm old. You just, you know, still fails to click in your head.
Man.
But all these towers of silver, they are lights to guide us in the land of shadow, where all other lights may fail.
That reminds me, I wanted to ask, what was that Sephiroth? You consider Sephiroth one of your daddies?
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Hell yes.
Oh goodness.
I've always thought he was daddy. I just hate him, you know, because, you know, he was a bitch to fight. Don't get me wrong, but that does not take away from the fact that he is attractive as fuck.
Oh. That dick is corruption.
But he's daddy as fuck. Matter of fact,
okay.
I have to go back to Final Fantasy VII, actually, now that I think about it. I haven't gotten too far in it, but I'm definitely going to play it after this.
Oh my goodness. Gotta just to go see Daddy Sephiroth, be like, ugh, hit me with your Masamune or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He fine as fuck. I mean, he a bitch, but he's the kind of bitch I like.
Oh, okay. You know, then you see him shirtless.
Oh my god, yes.
His horn, and off the Uruks in Mordor will come running.
I know I just popped my first husband cherry, but damn. Baby steps. Shit. By the way, what was that image from anyway?
Oh, it's from the first Dissidia game.
Hold on, my thing keeps going in and out. It's from the what?
It's from that Dissidia game that came out like 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, that. Interesting.
Yeah, he does have crazy alien mommy issues, but I always did like my men a little bit, you know, crazy.
I keep forgetting, yeah, you like the ones that'll, you know, choke you and put you in that hold on the ground. You're like, you know, you like the
I
ones
like
that can
to
kill
be,
you, then
yeah,
fuck you.
I like to be mind fucked. You know, it's a thrill to be mind fucked.
So right when he's about to kill you, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck you and make you mine before you die. I'm just like,
I mean, if there's a possibility of dying from an intense orgasm, I'm all for it.
no
I will
way.
go to hell with a smile on my face.
Oh my god.
No, please, you're not gonna sit here and tell me you wouldn't want that.
Die from the ultimate orgasm?
Hey, you either die from ultimate orgasm or you die, you know, being burned alive. Which one would you choose?
I would choose that type of pleasure. At least I would be on you. I would be high off euphoria, so I wouldn't feel it.
Exactly.
Caught you in a bad time. Good, because it's time to suffer.
Well,
So
unfortunately,
how does the game feel so far, anyway?
how did it?
I really don't know what the fuck is going on right now. It's like, where the fuck did all these dudes come from? I thought I was fighting one dude, and it's like 30 of these just came out of nowhere, and it's like, what the hell?
Is this shoreline, bruh? Is this shoreline again?
It might be. This might be Avery's mansion all over again.
Your filthy death will get
Damn, bro. It just keep coming back to haunt him. Damn. This is funny. But no, I think you're supposed to... Isn't there some mechanic for this game where you, like, take on followers and you take hostages and make them fight for you or some shit? I think that's one Mordor Middle-earth game that focused on that. That's the new one. But...
Yeah, I think you can recruit some of them into your team.
yeah. Because I'm seeing this and I'm just like, hold up. The fuck is going on?
Well, I'm kind of confused because I just never played this game. But, I mean, it looks to be
The
interesting.
Black Hand called to me
Yeah.
from across the void, and I came.
Its graphics are definitely wonderful though.
Of course.
Yeah, especially that whole white thing they got going on here.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd find my first husband though. I'm really, really shocked by this.
Your first time is always special.
Oh my god. the fact that you, I can't really, I don't know what to be more pissed off about. The fact that, you know, Gary was right about this. I'm like, this nigga really just predicted my soul. Hey, I will be damned. Then, you know,
Well, I think he only
like,
predicted the
it's
fact
fine.
that you're gonna love him. I don't think he predicted the fact that you were gonna get married. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
like really confused by this damn confession that's going on with you.
My
He's in
nigga, like Judy has found her first woman crush all them years ago, probably when it was Makoto, whatever the fuck. Any one of those great women she found. I have just found that one.
It was actually Sailor Pluto.
Oh, glad to know. And good
Shall I
choice.
say goodbye
Yeah.
when you've fallen? None of that!
Oh my fucking god, man.
What's going on, fam?
I have no idea.
I'm about to say some shit happened and then the screen went blue. I'm like, hold up. Okay, we're all here. But no, I was telling them the moment like Judy met her first woman crush. I don't think I've ever would have thought to do this, but I found a man crush. I don't. I'm my first animated character too. I'm like, what is this? Is this taboo? I'm so okay with this. I love him.
We
Damn.
get it. You're in love. We understand.
I'm on some narcissism shit too.
Half my life on the boundary of Mordor, thinking it was dead.
This is not okay.
Never knowing the stories it held.
Well, for me, it's Pluto and Saturn, you know, but Mars is cool too, but I'm more of a Sailor Pluto and Sailor Saturn kind of girl.
Mars was the one, let me see, Pluto was the one with the green hair, wasn't it? It's been a while. Okay, I just want to make sure of that. And Mars was the one with the darker hair, if I remember correctly.
She was a priestess who wielded fire.
It's been a minute since I watched or witnessed Sailor Moon anything, but I could at least tell some of the Sailor Scouts. And yeah, I do remember a good amount of it from when I used to watch it. No shame.
Why would there be a shame in you watching Sailor Moon?
No, I'm not ashamed because it was. I don't know. It's because back in the day when I asked people did they watch it, they were like, "Oh no, why are you watching something so girly?" And I'm like, "But it's good as fuck though." And I'm
It's
like,
actually really dark considering how girly it looks. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like for where the generation it was in and still up to today, it actually looked really good, and it was really good.
Well, actually, I can understand. 'Cause I remember, like, especially back in the '90s, we still have that whole like, oh yeah, blue is for boys, pink is for girls type shit. So I remember when I first started watching like Dragon Ball Z, all the girls would be like, "Why are you watching that? It's so for boys." I'm like, because it's
Exactly.
I'm like that. Or like when I still started watching Gundam Wing, everybody would be like, "Why are you watching that?" Like, because I like it. The fuck.
That's exactly like, and I never told anybody about it. I was just like, let me enjoy it myself. And then I managed to find people who I could talk about it with. And then, people just naturally started to say, "Oh no, you watch that girly-ish." So I'm like, my nigga, I mean, you have a lot of that stuff or that genre in most anime, bro. So I mean, come on. Cause I mean, you see a lot of the stuff in Sailor Moon. I'm not gonna say it's commonplace, but the genre and some of the gimmicks they have in it is a little bit commonplace in a lot of people's favorite anime, like the whole magical girl transformation shit. And it's not bad at all by any means, but I'm not gonna sit here and
magical girl anime is really good.
What now?
Said a lot of magical girl anime is really good.
It is. I'm not going to deny that either. But for some reason, back in the day, when people weren't so accepting of it, when I was younger, like they was like, "Oh no, so you watched that?" I was like, "There's a lot of variety of anime I watched at that point."
Yeah, I got you. I get you.
Yeah. But, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm ashamed to watch it, because it really was good growing up. Along with, I remember that first time I saw Spirited Away, I was so afraid of what the fuck it was. I was like, what is this?
Spirited Away is the best.
Yeah, I grew to love it. I was like No Face, and, our parents got turned into pigs, and then I'm just like, hold up, what is going on? And then, you relate to No Face on a spiritual.
I am No Face. No Face is me.
That's your child.
Yep.
You're not supposed to introduce. Damn it.
No, I will say my favorite Ghibli movie will always be My Neighbor Totoro. said my favorite Ghibli film will always be My Neighbor Totoro.
I haven't dipped far into Studio Ghibli's movies, I'll go ahead and admit, so I'm a little bit behind on My Neighbor Totoro. It's Totoro, you said?
Wait a minute, so you sitting here telling me that you haven't watched a lot of Ghibli movies?
No, I do. It's just I haven't really gone in and looked at a lot of them, you know? I
So
do
you
want
don't
to
know
watch.
so you don't know My Neighbor Totoro?
Hmm.
Oh hell no. You're not invited to my house no more.
What?
Uh-uh.
It's not, bruh. I plan to watch the movies. It's just I haven't seen them yet.
Watch me
There
tell my
was
mom
another
that
one I
she'll
did
hate you
watch,
for
but
the
I
rest.
don't know.
My mom already hates you just for that alone.
What?
My mom's just gonna hate you for that.
What did I do? What the fuck?
That's her favorite movie of all time.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't want to watch it, though. I do actually want to watch it because I see you talk about it a whole lot. I'm like, I'm kind of interested in it. When I go over to your house, can we watch it?
Hell no. I don't really like watching movies.
You what?
I don't really like watching movies.
For anybody?
Truth be told, I really don't though. If I actually do watch a movie, I have to be like incredibly intrigued, and that rarely happens.
Even with one of your favorite movies like My Neighbor Totoro?
I mean, I watched My Neighbor Totoro enough. I mean, I did go watch it in the theater this year. They were showing it, but that's an exception.
Oh. Oh. Never mind. I'll just watch it on my own time. You know, I figured, you know, want me to watch it with you. You're like, you know, you gotta see this. This is your initiation or some shit.
I don't really watch movies with people.
Hmm.
I don't really watch movies as like a pastime with people.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Okay, this thing keeps dipping in and out. What did you say again?
I didn't say anything.
You know what? Damn cord. What is that beeping?
I have no idea.
It's getting irksome though. Give me a second. But yeah, I haven't dipped into the movies enough yet. I don't. Yeah, wasn't there one about that Disney made or something like that? Or had a hand in, if I remember correctly.
I have no idea.
Hmm.
So you didn't die 10 years ago. I take it you did not come here to arrest me for treason, Captain? You and I are all that remains of that garrison hero.
I remember
Yeah,
I once drew
Looking for a
the
slave who
Totoro
fought the
poster when I was in high school.
More like ran away from
You
Actually,
did?
You know this man.
yeah, I still drew from time to time, even in high school.
Oh.
Where are the servants of the Dark Lord? Do you even
But then I
know?
kind of like lost interest because I just got into
This
other
is no
things.
time to keep secrets.
Yeah, music, instruments and everything else, like saxophone, all that. Band.
the outcast camp.
Yeah.
We shall ask my scouts.
Do you still have some of those drawings on you?
No,
Huh.
I wouldn't show them to you anyway.
Oh.
I was never the best drawer. Well, I was when I was a kid, but then when I got into when I got into adolescence, I kind of lost it.
I get you. Well, Not literally, but I get what you're saying. But no, I'd still like to at least see them. It'd be cool
No,
to see.
no.
What did you like? Is that? Hold up. Was that my nigga Frodo?
Frodo's in this bitch.
Hmm.
Frodo was in this bitch.
With all the talk about us merging camps with Silver, there's no way there's gonna be enough grog to go round.
Okay, so what I've picked up from this game so far, there's definitely a bit of a learning curve, especially as far as when it comes to combat. I guess the main thing that you want to try to avoid is getting swarmed. So I think like there are some, I guess, enemies that you fight that have an ability to summon like multiple orcs. So I think if, as long as you're able to avoid that, the combat is pretty much fair. But yeah, I mean, if you play the Arkham games, it's the same type of combat. You press triangle to counter. I guess the mini bosses you fight are kind of difficult to break down, but you know, just kind of requires patience and it forces you to be a little bit more defensive and tactical. But it's not that bad, but I'm still just kind of trying to figure out how everything works.
Okay.
That's pretty interesting. So it's hmm.
Definitely seems like you would do a lot of fighting in this game.
Yeah, definitely. What the fuck? Right, but when I'm streaming with somebody.
Sort of road that hides in the shadows.
My man Smeagol up.
Hmm.
Something of great power has left its mark on him. I sense it.
And you feel he has answers? For both of us.
Oh, it is Frodo.
We should find him then.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
These tracks are not quite human. Not quite
Been a
beast.
while since I seen that
Even
nigga.
more reason to investigate.
Fuck Frodo. I'm team Samwise Gamgee all the way.
Die, worm!
So fucking Frodo.
Shit, if it weren't for Sam, Frodo wouldn't have gotten far at all.
You right.
Shit.
Ugh, my ear.
Okay, the combat system appears to be a combination of Horizon and The Witcher. So you pretty much have a choice as far as how you want to build your character, and you build it around what playing style you would prefer. So if you prefer using stealth, you can invest in stealth points, or if you prefer kind of going in with heavy combat, you can construct your character with the ability of points to do that. And kind of how it's like divided up in Horizon, like striker from above, stealth. So I kind of feel like it's a combination between those two systems.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not even outcasts deserve this fate.
The chain of man seems to always end in shackles.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You know they're putting Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch.
Huh? Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, they're making like a little chibi version that they're putting on the Switch.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah, I gotta send you the thing. It's fucking adorable.
I'll just look for it myself.
Huh. They ruined Gladio though.
Of course they did. Can you try to make a chibi Gladio with, you know, a fucking 8-pack? Try it.
Shit, I just can't imagine how they just. I
As
was
long
like,
as it's the
hold
same
up.
voice actors, I think it'd be okay.
I would hope so. Yeah.
It would make sense if they changed.
They shouldn't have, honestly. It's too early for that.
It hasn't been a whole year since the game's been out.
Oh, okay. Wasn't there like another game for it? Because I remember looking at something and there was some girl named Stella in it or some shit like that. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know how to look that up. I know it was Noctis, a suit, and this pretty ass girl that looked like Luna.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, I figured. It was just something I stumbled on, but apparently it was a game.
Maybe it's the mobile game.
It looked like it came beforehand, honestly. Like on some PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 graphics low as shit.
Then I have
No, exactly, like, I'm still trying to figure it out, but...
Your creature's path is fraught with danger.
Why the fuck are you hitting me up this late trying to explain this damn game to me and I'm sitting here can't even comprehend it?
Your house always sexually. You should be used to this.
You know what?
You're too infatuated with Yusuke to think about anything else right now. I get it.
You know what? No, it's just like I'm trying to watch you play and she hits me with some game simulator. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing up? Leave me alone. Well, no, I don't. Can I be like that? No, I can't.
Dude, you can easily ignore a text if you want to. You're just too nice to do it.
I could. Damn, I could. You know, I'll just say, hold on, I'll just get back to you in a little bit. And not do so.
I do it when I'm not in the mood to talk. I don't feel bad.
The run's
Sure.
tracks lead us right into that category cave.
There! It's on the run!
It just really baffles me how whenever I'm doing some shit, everybody likes to come and fuck with me at that time. I'm just like, but you know, when I want to fuck with everybody, they're just like, oh no, we got shit to do. Oh no, I'm busy. Oh no, I'm too busy riding somebody's dick. You know, some shit like that.
Right.
You know,
Interesting.
I mean, it's true. It's like, they always like to come at me when it's late and when I'm chilling. Like when I'm not bothering nobody. Okay, I've seen that spider walk by through the screen I don't know how many times. Somebody kill it.
One man
Let it die. But no, everybody wanna fuck with me when I don't wanna fuck with anybody. Why?
broken images, yes.
Because all the hoes are wide awake at night.
You know what? Man, fuck that. The only woman I want to be talking to late at night is you. Okay?
I declined that offer.
You know what?
I want to be talking to you at 2 in the morning.
It is escaping.
I'm just playing. I'm just messing with you. I might talk to you at that time if I'm actually super, super bored with my life.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
It's just like, you know, you're actually open for the conversation. But it's like with them, it's like whenever I try to hit them up sometimes, it's like, you know, I got some shit to do. I'm at work, I'm at this. But, you know, when I'm drawing, when I'm doing an essay, when I'm with you and Gary, it's like, oh no, this shit just came out. Come talk to me. I'm like, fuck you.
They must have tracked the categories.
But you still answer their texts anyway. Stop contradicting yourself.
No, fuck it. I'm just about to do the shit that you.
It looks like being gangbanged is definitely a thing in this game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Bruh.
Seems extra.
You know you wish it was your husband doing that shit, you know, Shishomaru, Ignis, Itachi, who else?
Oh yeah, it's one thing when you're getting gangbanged for pleasure, the whole nother thing when you know you're getting stabbed with swords.
Gangbang to death by sword.
I'm not into knife play. Okay. It's not my thing.
You know, by sharp, pointy objects.
I mean, I want to think that's what knives are.
Quick, it is escaping.
Sharp things, you know.
Uruk hunters. They must have tracked the categories here.
Smeagol. I love Smeagol.
Damn, you can fight the twins in the game? I didn't know that. That's pretty fucking weird. Yeah.
We must have it back. We must have precious.
Quiet, precious. You had to, didn't you?
I love Smeagol.
You gotta do the voice.
Think you could sneak up on me so easily, eh?
Oh my goodness.
What does he know of it?
Process.
Okay, first of all, you sound like Stitch, not Smeagol.
No what? Smeagol. Precious. We want your precious.
Shut up.
Oh.
Stop being disrespectful.
No. Oh. Hey, I was close.
No, you weren't.
Hmm.
Well, at least they made his voice sound exactly the same as the movie.
Him. But we need him. Do not wish to know who I am.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wanted to ask Gary, is Yusuke gay? I wanted to make sure of that.
No.
'Cause
Even
there
though
was
that was
what?
something that some players were kind of had a problem with Persona, is the fact that there's not exactly any kind of a homosexual option. So you can't,
Why?
date men because Akira is not gay.
That's kind of that's kind of a dumb thing to be upset about.
Oh, please, you know how people are. They always want to make everything gay.
You know what? That is true.
It is true. I mean, I can understand if there's gay characters, but I don't understand the obsession of wanting to make everything gay.
Hmm.
I don't get that. I just feel like some people take it way too far.
They did that with Fire Emblem. That's why they made the one with Fates. And I was like, why are y'all so upset that we can't romance guy with guy or girl with girl, just be happy with what you have. And I'm not gonna say
it's cool. It would be cool to have the option to do so. I just feel like some people just take it a little too extra. Like they have this thing, like they hate straight so much that they just want gay. That's what I don't like.
that's stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like. I'm not homophobic in any way, but I just feel like I can understand, like, people have a lot of things against homosexuals and the homosexuality in itself, but I don't think it's anything out of this world, considering that's been around since even before Christ. So, I just don't understand the obsession of wanting to make everything just gay. Like, you just want to see girl on girl, boy on boy in action. That seems ridiculous to me. Now, we have the options to, romance a woman or a man. That's cool. I think some games should have that. That'd be fun. I would do it.
It would. And I'm not gonna shit on it, but at the same time, people shouldn't be so eccentric about it. Cause like, believe it or not, when there was a quote that made me think Yusuke was gay, where he was like, I have no interest in in the sex or some shit he said. And I'm like, wait, is he gay? Then I went online to find out and I was like, wait, people are actually upset at the fact that he could be gay. And I'm like, so what the hell? I'm like, just like you said before, this type of thing in the gaming community and stuff like that is kind of touchy with characters. Why, I do not know. If he's gay, he's gay. Be okay with it. Or, don't like the character at all. I will never understand why it's such a big deal.
Because a lot of people are just really high on their masculinity, or a lot of females are just, wanting to be just kind of like not okay with it, when it's something that is so common. I really will never understand why it's such a taboo. I mean, it's not a taboo. It's actually never been a taboo. It's just really funny to me, because if you think about how things used to be like hundreds, thousands of years ago, it was incredibly common for men to be with men, for women to be with women. I don't really get why it's such like, oh, you see two guys holding hands and it's like, oh, you're freaked out. I don't get that, Now, I have a thing against PDA. That's with everybody. I can't stand PDA. Like, if you want to smooch on each other, do it on your own time. I can't stand that. I don't care if you're man or woman, woman on woman, transgender, whatever the fuck you want to be. I can't handle it. I think it's gross.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're just not a fan of PDA. Not a fan of,
Yeah, I never liked PDA, not even in high school. I hated it. So, that, it's like, okay, whatever. But, if y'all want to love each other, I have nothing to do with me. I'm saying games, it's just, I don't know, people are just so used to the norm of like, yeah, you're a male protagonist. Eventually, you're going to date one of the girls that are available in the game, like Persona. You know,
Mm.
you only, I'm guessing you're only available to date girls. But, you know, a lot of people would like to see, oh yeah, maybe you could date a man. I don't see what the big deal would be, you know.
I guess because
But that's what I'm saying.
diversity issues. I don't know.
I think people are just retarded, honestly. It's like, and then you have the other group of people who are so that hate straight people so much they just want everything to be gay, and I can't stand
This
those people. You know,
this is
like I
the
remember
first I've heard about that. Honest to God, I haven't.
that's actually very common. I remember there was this one guy when I was in school, and he was like full-fledged gay. Like that man thought he was so gay he was a woman. Okay, and I'm like,
Flaming
no,
gay.
yeah, I'm like, no, you're a man, but you're gay. Okay, that does not make you a woman. You still have a dick. Okay, he'll get on my fucking nerves. Yeah, kid think he was in my sister's grade. I swear to God, I wanted to beat the fuck out of him once because he was talking too much shit, and I would have done it too. And he really thought that he could, like, you know, fight women and shit, like just because he had a bunch of girlfriends. And I'm like, no, you are a dude. Okay, and he hated straight people so much. Like he thought that we were the disgusting ones. I'm like, oh yeah, you're
That's
straight. Like you love a
really
man. I'm like, dude, you love a man too. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's so stupid.
Exactly what I meant. There's those extremists versus extremists that can't stand anything homosexual or any inclination that, oh yeah, a man might look at a man like longer than 1 second.
This is the first time I have heard of people who hate straights like that. I honestly thought, you know, I've never heard that. That is a first for me, honestly. But to think
See,
that is leaving...
That's how I know you live in a bubble, because that's something that does happen.
I have never heard or seen of that. Honest to God. And I'm literally on Twitter, everywhere else, and I'm like... And they literally talk about this shit a lot. And I'm
That's 'cause
like,
you're not out
okay,
in the real
this is
world.
the first...
You're not in the real world. You can't learn everything from Twitter.
That is true. I'm not gonna deny that. But it's like, damn, though.
Yeah, that's how it is. You have that extreme, those spectrums. You have, like, you know, the really extreme one versus the people who are in between, who are just like neutral about it.
This is extremist for everything.
Yeah. You know, it's like, I just hate when people try to force stuff into you. Like, and I can understand, you know, being homosexual must be incredibly hard to live in a society where, you know, they force these, you know, man and woman things on you. It must be really horrible, and I honestly can't even imagine what that feels like, to just be attacked just because you love the same sex. But at the same time, you can't force people to, you know, just accept you just because of that. It's one thing, you know, if you're not for it, you can respectfully say, you know what, I'm not into man and man, woman woman action. That does not mean I'm going to insult you, though. I'm just not into it. You can do what you want with your life. I mean, you won't accept it, but you'll respect it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that. You know, a lot of people are just hateful. You know, they want to see, like, oh yeah, you know, you should die just because you're lesbian or you're gay. Like, no, like, they're people too. It's just like, you don't have to be involved in their life. You know, you're not there looking at them do these sexual acts and shit. That's their time. Their life shouldn't affect you. I think the only difference between me and a lesbian is that she loves women and I love men. That's it.
True.
You know, people just, you know, it's just so stupid how these things work, and I just wish that it's so simple, you know. I'm saying, don't force people to accept what you are, but at the same time, be respectful of things that you don't agree with. It's really that simple. You know.
Yeah, I can agree with that, honestly. Really well, and really well put too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I can agree with what you're saying about how they try to force so much into this. And it's like, you can even see it in the game communities, a lot of characters. Honestly, here's the thing for me. When it comes to introducing a protagonist, we shouldn't we should let it be, you know, spontaneous. Like when I remember when they announced for Fire Emblem that we could have same-sex marriages, they were like, oh, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, that's something they didn't overdo it, but you know, it was an interesting concept. Now, there was a bunch of people going, you know, throwing a fit about it. Why, I do not know. But I would literally hope that people will understand, you know, maybe they would just want, you know, something more. And if you don't, or if you can't understand it, then just, you know, respect everybody else's opinion on it. But no, sadly, it doesn't happen. They did
Yeah,
the
sometimes
same.
I just think that, you know, that homosexuality will always be a very soft topic, which, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, there's a lot of people who'll be against maybe for, you know, because of their religion, or they just themselves just won't be open-minded enough to understand that that actually exists and it's a occurring thing, and it'll probably never go away anyway, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. So
Just
I'm
don't let
saying
it
there's a
bother
lot of
others.
no, I'm just saying don't be hateful to people. You know,
Right.
it's like, you know, here in LA, you see a lot of that. You see, but even here where I live, you see a lot of, you know, women holding hands with each other, kissing on each other, and it's just like, they don't affect my life. You know, they don't affect my life in any negative way. They're just doing their own thing in their own time. But some people just
Yeah.
want to, you know, throw rocks at them and just wish like, nah, just fuck off, like kill yourself. That's just so unnecessary. You know, it's stupid. And it's like the
It
gaming
is.
community too, especially. I don't understand
Mm-hmm.
why. You think because it's a gaming community and there's so many genres of games, you expect people to be more open-minded. And unfortunately, that's not even the case, because a lot of people are closed-minded in the gaming community.
They are.
You know, it's like in Life is Strange. In Life is Strange, you know, there's the sexuality is very open in that game. You know,
Yeah, I kind of
so
got that feeling beforehand when I saw the trailers.
yeah, a lot of people go crazy for it because you realize, oh yeah, like the two girls might love each other, you know, they're best friends and all that. You know, and it's like, it's cute, you know, and even if they did love each other, I totally support the romance. I think it's beautiful. Fuck it. Let
Mm-hmm.
love thrive, you know?
This is
And
what I say.
it's yeah, I'm saying it's in those instances, you know, they're not implying that, yeah, they are lesbians, but the possibility of them, you know, having romantic feelings for each other
Like the
is still there.
mystery.
Yeah, and it's there, and even if they did eventually, you know, have romantic feelings for each other, it would, you know, as long as it's a healthy type of love they have for each other, then I don't see the issue.
I feel you. Yeah, this is what I was saying. It's like what I was saying before. It's like if they, you know, they just bring it in and they don't announce, oh yeah, they're gonna go full on gay, you know, and they just go with it and let it develop. You know, it's really, really nice. You know,
Yeah,
and
it is.
like honestly, I kind of like the idea. I'm gonna be real with you. There was a time in my life where I literally couldn't accept, you know, that there was such a thing out there. I was like, I really used to think, damn, that is really nasty. Oh my God, gay is such a bad thing. No, I don't want to be. Then you know, I met a gay person and became friends with them. And as I got older, my mind gradually opened up to it. And I'm like, you know, they're just like us. And it's like, it's just preference. It's not they don't fall in love with the same sex. They fall in love with the person, you know. That's my base belief for it. I mean, it's not the sex or, you know, the gender or whatever you want to call it. The person they like. That's what I think it is. Or I would like to look at it, you know.
See, I can't agree with that because I remember I had a friend who I used to hang out with a lot in elementary school, like around third grade, fourth grade. We were like 8, 9 years old, and around that time, you know, you see yourself probably looking at girls differently or boys differently. You realize I might like a boy or I might like a girl, and he would only just look at boys, and he would only have girlfriends. So everybody, all the boys would be a little, you know, weirded out by him because he never seemed to have any inclination to think, oh yeah, girl is pretty in any sort of crush way. You know, he just thought boys were pretty, you know, and he liked boys. So he already knew that he liked boys because they were boys. You know, so a lot of people, I feel like, already are born, you know, gay. There's a lot of people that, you know, in turn might, you know, be into whatever sex they want. That's cool. And there's also a lot of people who, like you said, probably just look at the person despite, even if they are a man or a female, and they just realize, yeah, I like that person because of what they are inside, not because of what sexual organ they have.
Right.
But I do believe that a lot of people already know from that since they're kids what they like. Yeah, like my cousin is full-fledged gay. Like he'll never look at a woman in any sexual way, and he knew that since he was like 6, 7 years old. He knew he liked boys.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's always been, you know, very proud of it. He's never had to hide it from anybody. And again, you know, of course, he's always embraced it. He's never had shame in it. And in Honduras, it's definitely frowned upon still, even now, that it's like, oh yeah, you're gay and shit, like you ain't shit and all. It's just, they still have such a close-minded mentality over there. But he never cared. He always did what he wanted to. Just truly, a lot of, you know, people can't say they are that way, but I'm glad that he never was afraid to show this is who I am. If you don't like it, then you can fuck off. If you like me, you know what? We're friends and we're cool.
Right. I had not known that. That's really interesting to know.
Yeah, he's really dope, honestly. So.
And let me guess, you think I should open those pens?
Damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, I remember there was one thing, like my friend would ask me all the time. There was always a joke to them, but they would be like, so here come, I'm gonna give you this question. What would you do if your son turned out gay? And I'm like, accept him for what he is and embrace it. I'm like, why do people make such a big deal about that? They used to ask and joke about that thing all the time in middle school and high school. And I'm like, are you really asking me this right now? And it's like, even the teachers would literally be like, you would accept your son if he was gay? And I'm like, yes. What's wrong with him being gay?
It still seems as though it's like a sin, you know? It still seems as though, oh yeah, that's so unnatural. Like, you shouldn't be liking another boy. That's not good for you. You should be loving women. I'm like, in what world does it say that though?
Right.
You know? Like, even that's like, that's your child. I'm like, even if they turned out to be gay, that's my son or that's my daughter. I'm not going to love them any less from my straight child just because they like they're gay. You know, but a lot of people, you know, don't want that because it just seems like, oh, for a lot of reasons. Maybe they don't want to be seen as like, you know, they don't want to be pointed out. Oh yeah, like your kid is gay. They don't want that, or they don't want to accept that. Oh yeah, I'm never gonna have grandkids from them. Or just to them, it doesn't seem natural because they were raised in a household where, you know, they just have this like close-minded mentality that it's just men and women, just men and women. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to not to accept it. But me, you know, being my simple-minded self, I would like to say about these things, I will be like, that's my kid. You know, it pains me to bring my kid into this world. I'm going to love my child regardless. Okay? So. And if, you know, whoever I decide to have kids with does not accept that, I won't give a fuck. Because that's my kid. I'm gonna love my child regardless of what anybody else says.
Well, yes. I guess because, you know, people grew up in that type of environment where, you know, it was frowned upon back in those olden times and shit for whatever fucking reason. You know, they grew up with that mentality and taught it to their kids. And now that, you know, they can pass that on, they're not here for this new generation shit, you know, where people are actually opening to accepting it. And
that's how my mom is. My mom grew up in that, you know, very old school mentality, you know, that it's like, yeah, it's just, oh no, if it was gay, don't even look at it, don't even come near me, I want it away from me.
Exactly how my mother is, yeah.
Yeah, that's how she was. I mean, my mom is still, you know, she still looks at it weird, like, and everything, but I feel like now she's been a little more open-minded to it, because she realizes that, you know, gay people aren't bad just because they love the same sex. They're just people like everybody else. It's just you won't, you know, understand why they like women or men, you know, in that way. I'll never understand why a woman loves a woman romantically. You know, I can appreciate a woman's beauty and all, of course. I can say she's beautiful, absolutely. I could probably make out with a woman too, and it'd probably just be platonic. I don't know, but I will never have romantic feelings for a woman. Like, that's how my mom used to think. She just realizes now that, you know, they're just people and they're just like everybody else. I just don't want to see them, you know, be cute with each other. And that's totally okay. You know? Mind your business and just respect people. It's that simple.
Yeah. It's funny though. I still get it. It's funny though, with all this, you know, like incredible with the way our society is going with it and at least trying to be, you know, open to it. I still get a lot of backlash and flack because, truth be told, I do have a lot of gay or bisexual friends, like my friend Chris. A lot of people be like, oh no, is he? You'd be surprised how many people come up and ask me, oh no, is he single? And I'm like, no, he's actually gay. So, it's like, he's gay? But he's so handsome. And I'm like, what does that have to do with him being gay?
I mean, I could say that as a joke. I realize, you know, god damn, I'm like, gay people are so lucky because they have them on their team. Like, you know, damn, I can't touch that. You know, but I say it as a joke. I say it funnily because I'm just like, fuck. Like, you see it like, oh yeah, it's a waste, but it's, you know, you say it as a joke. You just like, damn, he's so handsome. And sadly, he'll never look at me that kind of way. You know, but there's some people that say, you know, oh yeah, it's a waste because he's so cute. So, the fuck? You know, there's plenty of hot straight guys, you know. Of course, we envy some gay men that they have handsome ass gay men. I'm not saying that, but we have hot straight guys too.
It's kind of funny though. It's like it's like kind of the same thing with girls, because like there be times where I would meet girls where, you know, I'd be like, damn, she's fine as shit. Then, you know, when I talk to her, you know, they're like, oh no, I go the opposite way. You know, I go for girls, I don't go for boys. I'd be like, oh, that's interesting to know. You know, and just leave it at that. Yeah, it's a shock, but you know, it's still interesting. And I leave it alone. It's just like with the whole gay boy thing, it's like, I remember when I told that girl, oh, you know, he's gay, you know, and she's like, why you gotta be gay? Damn, he fine as shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need you to respect his gayness because he's a cool ass gay dude, okay? So like, leave my nigga alone and let his gayness thrive in peace.
Yeah. Oh, I hate parents.
And he was like,
I don't like parents that push gender roles on their kids. That is the most irritating thing. Why would you do that to a child?
for real though.
Like, imagine, let the kid find out for himself. Damn. I hate that shit, honestly.
You know, because parents don't want you to have that kind of freedom. They be like, oh no, I want you to be successful, so I want you to go this path.
Or maybe, you know, they have that gay parent that, you know, wants probably their daughter to be gay like them too. You know, and we're realizing that, why don't you let your daughter decide what she wants to be with? You know, she'll find out on her own. You don't have to agree with what she does. You know? Like, I really hate when parents try to, you know, mold you in their image without giving you the freedom to realize what you want. No parent should do that. It's one thing that parents have to guide us and give us advice on things, yeah, sure, but a parent can't dictate their kids' lives. I mean, if they want to do it, okay, but I would never do that to a kid of mine at all.
I feel you so much on that.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of worse things your kid can be doing than being gay. Okay? So, if y'all think being gay is the worst thing that could happen to your kid, then you are so fucking misinformed.
No, they're not prepared at all to be a parent. Because, like, if that's the worst thing, then imagine when they actually have to deal with bullshit that's actually coming later in life. How are they going to handle that?
Or I'm just saying, what if your kid turned out to be a drug addict? Would you prefer him being a drug addict and, you know, being straight? Or being gay and being clean? I prefer my kid to be gay and clean. Thank you very much.
I'm serious on this.
I'm just
Especially
saying, and
since,
like, it's
yeah.
like people forget everything's not so black and white. There's a lot of gray shades in between, but people just refuse to really consider the fact that there's more to it than what meets the eye. They just want to
Mm-hmm.
stick to their stupid, ideal. They're like, no, that's how it is, and that's how I always see it. Like, child, that's exactly why the world is in chaos right now. Because y'all stay
Yeah,
so
that's why
damn
our society's.
close-minded and shit. Y'all prefer to fight instead of talking like adults that you are. That makes no damn sense. And then y'all wonder why the world is so fucked.
The world is filled with corrupt individuals who only see what they want to see, and for that reason, that is why we are falling the way we are.
Yeah,
Sad
that's
though.
what I'm saying. It's like people, even if it's just one person, but you not being one of those ignorant people can make such a difference later
A
on.
huge difference.
Because then you'll teach your kid, to think outside the box and be accepting of the fact that a lot of people have different opinions from you, live different lifestyles from you. But, even if you don't accept them, at least respect them. And I always keep saying that to people, because that's how it should be. There's a lot of things I
Yeah.
don't agree with, but I'll respect it because that's your life. I'm not gonna waste my time being hateful. Hate is the most useless emotion anybody could possibly have.
Isn't hate born from ignorance, by the way?
Well, yeah, because it is a very hollow emotion. It's completely worth it. The
Mm-hmm.
same way with jealousy. I think jealousy is a very useless emotion. I maybe because I'm not a jealous person, but I
I
just
feel
think
it.
it's
I feel with jealousy, there's two types. There's, the toxic jealousy, and then, there's the jealousy where, you're not, I guess, I don't know how to name it, but I don't know. It's like there's a jealousy where, oh, I don't like you, the way he looks at you or the way he does this, and you're being upfront about it. Then you have the jealousy where it literally turns into something, disgusting, perverse, or toxic. I don't know if you can agree with me on that, but no, I've seen a good amount of times of what form it takes. You know what I mean?
I mean, with me, I can agree that there's like that really possessive, toxic jealousy, but at the same time, there's
Right.
that kind of clean jealousy that it's like let's say if you got a game before I did that I really wanted, I'd be like, damn, I'm jealous of you because I want it, but I
Yeah, that's
can't
what I
have it
mean.
right
Yeah,
now. That's the kind of jealousy that it's okay, because it's like,
exactly. Right.
you wish you had what that person had at the moment, but you'll eventually have it. You just kind of wish you had it
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you don't take it. Right, and you
Yeah,
don't take it
and
to the
then
extreme.
exactly, that's perfectly normal. It's like in saying it like, oh yeah, I'm hungry. I'm like, oh yeah, your friend texts you. Oh yeah, I'm having lunch right now, bitch. I fucking hate you. Okay, I wish I was having lunch right now. You know, that's okay jealousy to me. It's not harming
Right.
anyone. It's just kind of
I'm
wish
talking
that
about.
you were having what they were having, because you're doing
Right.
fine. But there's that horrible jealousy that people just take that dark jealousy that I just think it's
So much for him
ridiculous.
always being in the same
There's some. I'm not gonna lie. The dark jealousy. There's so many stories my mother tells me, and they're to scare me straight. But they all. One thing I've detected in all of them, they all start with jealousy. And I'm like, for one thing, how do you know these stories? Two, these are ridiculous. And three, it really shows how much as a person or how much as people, let me go ahead and correct that right now, we've come to develop as. Because she told me it's like, no, it was this girl who was really pretty and she had her shit intact. And because of that, all the bunch of girls hated her. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be surprised since for some reason, like to hate on other girls. That's a thing. That's a big thing.
Oh
But
yeah, jealousy amongst females is so common. So
it
terrible.
is. It's like they'll hate you just for just being who you are, breathing. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out for the life of me, why are you so? Is it because you're, intimidated because of the fact that they have something over you that you don't? Or they're at a level you would wish you were at, so you just automatically hate them? It's
I feel
disgusting
like
either way.
with women, it's basically mostly based on insecurity, especially of
Hmm.
growing up. Because as a woman, I feel like we are forced more into society's norms of beauty and all that style way younger than, you know, most guys. Because I feel like a lot of guys, yeah, sure, they care about their appearance, but not to the level as women do. You know, like a lot of men are just like, yeah, I want to look good for a girl, I just want to look good for my homies and stuff, but they don't take it to that extreme at all. You know, unlike women, that it's like if you see them with you know, a brand new pair of shoes and you don't have them, it turns into this horrible hate towards that person. Like, then bitch, get your own pairs of shoes. Fuck.
Like, it's not hard to get out there and work for them like I did.
Yeah, but I feel like, you know, women are just so... They, you know, a lot of women tend to be more impulsive because they think too much on their emotions. You know?
That can be agreed upon, yeah. Hella, that's hella true.
It is. You know, I feel like every girl goes through that one phase that it's like, oh, they don't, it's not as level-headed as they would like to pretend they are.
Yeah, cause there's a lot of shit with some. I'll be real with you. With some of the females I talk to, they can be mature at times, but honest to God, there are some times where I really just want to say that's a very petty way of saying things. Or that's a very fucked up way of looking at it. Cause not every woman is not as level-headed and, like you said before, mature as they would like to sound. And I'm like, why the fuck doesn't somebody correct them? Somebody please break it to them. Because why?
Oh, trust me, there are people that do. They just, you know, think that that's not, you know, they're not doing anything good for them.
Oh, that's sickening.
Yeah, so then we just realize, you know, I ain't gonna waste my time. If you want to continue being that ignorant, you're on your own then. That's what I'm saying. There's so many layers to things, regardless of whatever topic it is. Just a lot of people just want to be all black and white.
Honest to God, now that I play, sitting here playing Persona, there's a lot of shit regarding this category and culture and what y'all said, you know, a lot of things, you know, I took into account. And I'm like, damn, this game really does hit a lot of nails I never really thought about. Or hit a lot of bells, whatever the hell you want to describe. And despite the fact that it's hella picaresque about it, it's still hella true. Like the whole gay thing, the whole, like how Gary says our society is corrupt as fuck, and you know the people who have the power about it really don't do shit. That, and it's better to not follow the crowd and rebel. And in starting said rebellion, you know, you start a whole ass group through it.
Yeah, I mean, as fictional as games might be, they incorporate a lot of real world issues. Which is what makes them interesting. It definitely is a foundation to games, even though the characters might be fictional, the story itself might be fictional. But in base, everything is based off real world problems, real world ethics and issues. It's just that we don't see them that way because, you know, oh, it's a game, I'm having fun. But if you look into it, then, you know, you realize those things. They do teach you a lot.
They really do, though. That's one thing that made that game so fucking fun, was how much fun. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I've never had more fun with the game like that, and that game made learning fun again. I learned like 16, I think it was 16% of the world's gold is in Japan. What else? What was another one? There was something about Arsene Lupin, and I think he was in some of the books written by Sherlock Holmes, but they had plagiarized it. That part I never knew. And there's just so much of the world I didn't know that honestly I would like to get out there and learn now. And it made me think, y'all was right. My world really is really fucking small. And it's just really exciting to learn. I'm gonna be real, there's a whole lot of pressures when you decide to open yourself up and rebel and learn about the world and shit. But honestly, I think the ride and what you get from it would be worth the pressures. Am I wrong on that? Or
Honestly, I think being outside of the norm and learning and expanding your mind is honestly probably one of the greatest forms of freedom that there are.
yeah.
Being knowledgeable and seeking knowledge and always trying to strengthen yourself mind-wise, spirit-wise, and all that is definitely the true freedom of humanity. You just have to know how to use that freedom right. You know? So a lot of people tend to turn into radical thinkers, you know, but if you stay level-headed, you can definitely migrate in the world and be okay with riding whatever wave is thrown at you.
Because honestly, after you know what Gary said and what you and those conversations that we had, I was already thinking about what y'all said. And, you know, after I played Persona 5 and went through the game on my own time, I'm like,
We must use the
damn,
weapons of our enemy against
like, you know,
him.
shit's really starting to click for me. And
What
then,
did I say? What did I say?
you know, where you basically went to this whole philosophy mode and spoke your opinion about how corrupt the world is and how, you know, our world, the reason it's so fucked up today is because we have all these self-conscious people and we have all these, you know, closed-minded people basically trying to, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember everything you said, but I remember most of the concepts that you were trying to preach to me. Even though you didn't expect me to absorb all of it in one go, most of it did stick with me. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Bruh. How do you forget your biggest soliloquy philosophical moment that inspired me? Are you kidding me?
First of all,
Really?
soliloquy ass nigga.
Really?
Stupid ass.
Shit. You got me going from that. Damn, both of y'all did. How y'all, you know what? Okay.
That's because we speak truth.
Yeah, that's what you're right. Can't get mad at that.
Point being is that everyone has their own demons that they have to fight. Everyone has their
They
own
do.
vices. So there's no idea of one person being better than the other. You know, we've all had individual experiences that make our lives different. Now, depending on really the foundation, it starts with where you grew up. This is why, you know, some of the principles and the attitudes like that me and Jay have differ from the principles that you have, is because we have different cultural backgrounds. So it's like you're not going to exactly understand everything, how we conduct ourselves and our principles, because they're going to differ from the way that you were brought up in your household. So that's usually the foundation when it comes to a child's outlook on the way the world is going to be. It starts at home. And this is why if you compare a child who grew up in a two-parent household in a middle-class neighborhood, is going to be more in a better position to be successful, as opposed to a child who grew up in a broken home in a violent neighborhood. You know, their perspective and their outlook on life is going to be way different. So it varies from person to person depending on the way they grew up.
That is true. Yeah. Depending on the experiences they went through, yeah, it really can determine whether or not, well, I'm not going to sit here and say it will, because you do have those exceptions. Like, there are some people, you know, who want to study and get the hell up out of that hellhole that made them, but they don't forget about it because, you know what I'm saying, you don't forget where you came from. But you are right. Yeah.
Yeah, the issue is that the majority of them don't get out. There's a reason why, you know, the idea of, like, most say that they'll never make it to 21, because they don't. You know, most of them barely even make it to 18.
Which is sad. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm lucky to be fucking breathing and have what I have.
Yeah, I mean, I think about, like,
been,
the men that were in my family. I had an uncle who was murdered at 19. I had an
Seriously?
older cousin who pretty much was the man of his household from 13 moving forward because his mother was killed at a nightclub and his father was never
Wow.
around. So, like, his grandmother basically forced him to start selling drugs and he never had a say in the matter. So that's why for the majority of his life he was in and out of prison. But he was put in a position that no one should be put in, especially a child, to where he has to be the man of the household. But you have so many cases like that where children are being robbed of their childhoods. And that has a profound impact on someone that's growing up when they become an adult. You don't forget these things.
You really don't, though. It's what shapes you as you grow up.
It's like you can make peace with your demons, but you'll never forget them.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. You know, in a sense, this kind of makes Persona 5, in a sense, kind of better now that you describe it, you know, with personal demons. Because in a sense, with the whole Persona thing, if I remember correctly from what they told me, a Persona is basically once you cast aside and let the rebellion in you take heed, and you don't forget that feeling, you know, that's when you become a phantom thief. And I'm like, so basically, in a sense, it's kind of like how the real world works, if you look at it. Like, you know, casting aside, following the crowd, and those damn shitty beliefs you can instill it with. And then, you know, you take on your own beliefs and the rebellion that comes with it. And you start developing your own way. And as soon as that happens, you're either looked down upon or, you know, people start to follow your cause, like you said before. And that's probably one of the favorite things that interests me about it, to be honest. Wow.
Aside from dating multiple girls.
Well, that too. I'm not gonna lie. I really am at a crossroads for who I do want to romance in that game, because I didn't think it would be so fucking hard. Because I thought Makoto was a bitch. I was like, but no, she's not a bitch. She's just stressed out. There's more to her character. And I was like, damn, I really wanted to romance the doctor too. What?
I don't really care about Persona 5 enough to really discuss that, so...
Oh, shit. My bad.
I'm sorry, the whole Persona 5 vibe got ruined for me, so...
I'm sorry.
And it wasn't just you, but you were the final straw.
Hmm?
You were the final straw in that, even though you didn't start it. But yeah, you definitely were the ceiling into ruining it for me.
I did not mean to. I was just happy that you were finally starting to play and enjoy it.
First of all, I didn't play it, so I don't know what the fuck you keep saying that, because I wasn't playing. I was watching Gary play.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And honestly, I kind of lost my interest again to play it.
Oh no.
Because honestly, I really don't like the whole hype behind Persona 5. I don't.
Okay. No, that's understandable, honestly. I mean, and that's you. But, you know, you gotta respect that. I do. But I'm glad, you know, at least enjoyed what you saw, you know.
Yeah, because I was watching someone who knew how to play it well, you know.
Yeah.
If I had been watching you, it would have pissed me off.
Why? Oh.
Because I think you would be extra about it. Like everything else.
I wouldn't have been extra about it. I would have just, you know, showed
Dude,
you the game.
You're extra about everything. That's something that's not part of you. It's not even offensive anymore. You just are extra about everything.
Huh.
I think that's a part of you. I can't hate on it.
Just what? You can't what?
I can't hate on it, but it still irks the living crap out of me, maybe because I'm not the dramatic type.
I try not to be dramatic about everything since I'm trying to learn to control it.
Yeah, but you fail miserably.
Okay.
I definitely agree with everything you said, Alex.
Hmm.
People always want to hate the ones that try to be their own individual person.
And it discourages others from trying to do so.
That's not definitely how it is, like in my family specifically. Maybe because of my ethnicity, but you know, there's always that stupid, close-minded attitudes that everybody has. Like, there's a lot of, you know, racism and criticism and judgmental attitudes. It's just a mess, honestly. Which is why I'm glad I didn't grow up in the middle of my family in Honduras, because I would have hated all of them. I still hate some of them. So, you know, I'm glad I wasn't raised with that. Even though my parents were close-minded in their own way, because they definitely were, I'm glad I was not born that way. I'm glad
I
that I
feel
was
like
able
What is
to
this
be outside the
sorcerer's power?
box.
To enter their minds. It is not natural.
I feel like the moment
Artists
that would have
encamped among
happened,
the
you probably
serpent's
would have got
land.
your shit together
It is the
and probably
power to
left.
hunt the followers of the Dark Lord.
Oh, well, no, because I had plenty of reasons to leave. I had
Mm-hmm.
probably 10 plus reasons to be like, fuck you both, I'm leaving. But I honestly never did, because I always thought, what am I going to find in the streets that that I can't find in my own home? Even though my home wasn't exactly a home because it was always in this destructive environment, I always felt
Mm-hmm.
like I don't think I'll be able to find some sort of peace in the streets. I wasn't that stupid, you know, so I could have been like, yeah, I'll
Mm-hmm.
run away with somebody, or I'll see what happens when I go outside. No, because regardless, I still had love for what I already knew. And even though it fucked me up a lot, I felt like I don't think I would have found anything better outside of it.
You would have found maybe more things that would have thrown you off, or maybe more
Well, yeah, I
things.
mean, I could have, you know, probably, you know, been just worse had I gone out and been a rebel out there somewhere with people who probably didn't have the same kind of care for me that my parents did. Because regardless of how, whatever weird relationship I had with them growing up, they were still my parents, so they did care for me. You know, truthfully, they didn't have no ulterior motives to how they cared about me. Like when my mom said, "Oh, are you hungry?" You know, I wasn't going to have, you know, any sort of distrust in her in putting poison in my food. You know,
Mm.
not like
Yeah.
with strangers. So regardless of anything, I felt, you know, somewhat safe in my home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that even though I was rebellious, I still have a level head to know that, you know what, there are other dangers outside of my house that I probably wouldn't be able to handle. I could at least handle the dangers that were in my home.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe this is only the tip of the iceberg for me. Well, I can't say
Well,
that now.
don't sink Titanic.
You know what? Well, it's not overwhelming anymore. In fact, it I don't know, almost makes me more curious, is all.
So your heart will go on?
Hmm.
Your heart will go on?
Bruh. You can't resist, can you?
No, no.
Seriously though? After, you know, listening to my babe Yusuke go in, like there was this part that really made me think, and I was like, he was going on about how, you know, he as an artist was kind of close-minded in a sense because he had been studying under somebody. and he left his dormitory because he was looked down upon because he was, you know, an apprentice to said master. And he's just like, you know, I really don't know shit about this world at all. And it's like, I want to make an impact with this art because I'm hella passionate about it. But I now really want to go out into the world and learn things to where I can use, you know, to impact people and incorporate in my art. And I'm like, damn, he's really fucking about his shit. I'm like, I kind of want to be like that, you know, in a sense.
Well, yeah, but you doubt yourself too much. You doubt yourself too much. And you're incredibly indecisive, which works against you.
That is true. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that, because denying is only, well, I don't know what that would do, but no,
Denying just means you're lying to yourself. That's not always okay.
Exactly.
People already lied to you enough. The least you can do is be honest with yourself.
Yeah, like, let's go ahead and assess what's there so we can go ahead and move forward.
Yeah, and the first step is to admit that, you know, yeah, that is a flaw of mine. Is there a way that I could, you know, overcome it? Yeah, there is. You just have to, you know, first embrace it and then realize, you know, I can't always stay this way.
Yeah. And then I thought about what Gary said about the whole, if you're gonna be committed to this art thing, you can't be, you know, half-assed and like throw something out every week, once a week or once a month, you know. Like, you have to throw yourself full in. Not to mention you have to be passionate and have a purpose as to why, you know, you're doing it. And I'm like, damn, what purpose is mine just to just, you know, draw what I want. Like, I used to just draw what I want whenever I desired it. Now, like, what purpose does it actually have other than being, you know, aesthetic, if you get what I'm saying? Like, what does it stand for? And if not anything, what can it stand for? You know? And I don't know the answer to that yet, but I do want to find it. I just don't know how to go about it.
You'll know the way.
This is why I say I only get more curious with this shit.
Makes sense.
Damn, I really want to get back into reading too.
I definitely am gonna get a book. I miss reading. I definitely am planning to buy a book for myself.
Honestly, with all the games you've been playing, I would be surprised if you did cram a bit of reading time into, you know, your personal life or your work time. Well, not so much your work time, but, you know, anytime you're not playing the damn game.
Yeah, I've been in the mood to read, honestly.
Book's been over here gathering dust because of the base station.
Stop.
Hey, I keep my books dusted.
We'll go ahead and stop the stream right here.
So what's your overall perspective of what you've played so far?
Yeah, give us the details.
How would I describe it? There's definitely, like I said before, there's a pretty steep learning curve. I mean, if you are accustomed to playing RPGs, if you've played Skyrim, if you've played The Witcher or any of the classic RPGs, those elements are still there. The only difference is having to deal with hordes of enemies at one time. Can be a bit tricky, but as long as you just stay on your guard and counter, it's pretty easy to deal with. The story is definitely pretty interesting from what I've been able to pick up. So ultimately what I would say is that if you are a fan of like Skyrim, or you've played The Witcher or any other Western RPGs, I think you would definitely feel right at home. And considering the fact that this game is on sale right now for like $8, I think, and it's like 80 hours of content. I think that anyone who picks up this game will definitely enjoy it, especially for it at that price. I mean, you really can't beat it. So I definitely recommend giving it a try if you're a fan of RPGs. If not, I would probably say go ahead and stay away from this. But who knows? I mean, it does have those traditional RPG elements, but it does have some unique qualities to it that, you know, some people may find interesting. But overall, I would say if you're not exactly a fan of an RPG, I wouldn't recommend playing the game. I would probably just try to find something else that you're into. Yeah, the quick time events are kind of a little silly, but I kind of got the hang of it after a couple of times having to deal with it. But I wish they did play out a little bit differently. But overall, I enjoyed what I played. Definitely looking forward to playing more of it, and I'll be able to give you guys more of a detailed review on what this game is about as I go forward with it. But so far, so good. I'm not mad about it.
Very sound
Nice.
very sound review of this.
Very nice.
Can I go ahead and sign us off this time?
Well,
Alright,
I
be
didn't know if you
respectful.
wanted to kind of continue the conversation. I mean, you know, if we want to continue to talk on stream, that's fine. But, you know, I'm done with the gameplay.
I guess, yeah. Alright. Well, well, there's not much to say about it, but this was a great, you know, game watching you play. And I'm kind of interested in trying it myself after playing it, but as always, you brought and delivered something great, and I appreciate the people coming through the comments, especially you, Alex. You're kind of the only one who be going hard for our streams. Really appreciate that. Um,
Have a good night, Alex.
Plus, his opinions are always wonderful to read. But let's go ahead and put this stream to a halt, and then we reach the epilogue. No, the epilogue, or whatever the hell it's called.
What the
Extra
fuck are you
bitch.
talking about?
We reached the credits.
We've reached the thank you for watching me play.
That's all, folks.
You know what the funny thing is? Your laugh sounds like a machine gun sometimes. I can't with you. They do it like fucking shoot it everywhere.
Yeah, I embrace that.
Fucking oh my goodness.
Alright, people, as
Okay.
always, want to say thank you to everyone who came in to check us out. We appreciate the support. Of course, Alex, you know, always leaving his comments and his opinions are greatly appreciated. We'll be streaming tomorrow. Judy will be streaming, I think, Lost Legacy, Uncharted.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Oh.
And
I'm
that,
finally gonna be streaming my first Uncharted game. I'm nervous.
you planning on crushing?
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to go through that a second time.
Maybe it's just hard, you know.
I mean,
Do you want that stress?
no. I
But
don't
you
want
did
that.
it though, and
Yeah, because you
No.
know the trophy was a motivation.
you know, use the people who watch. You know, let's not even fuck. Like, we don't really have a lot, but you know, let's let people motivate you. You know.
I mean, if y'all don't mind seeing me die 50 times on in the first chapter, then okay.
Yes.
I'm just playing. I didn't die the first chapter. I probably died like sometimes in the third chapter, I think. But
How
I
many
don't think
total
I wanna...
deaths?
I don't know. I didn't count, but it wasn't as much as I thought it was going. I didn't think. It actually wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. But I think the part where I died the most was probably chapter 6. Ironically enough. I think just because of the AC, whatever the fuck it was, that stupid tank thing.
Uh-huh.
But apart from that, I didn't die as much as I thought I was going to. So, but I don't know if I want to do it on crushing. I could do it on hard,
Well,
but I don't want to do crushing.
yeah.
I'm kind
Yeah,
of a
do it
weenie.
on hard. I suggest that.
I'm a weenie where it comes to crushing.
Weenie.
Yes, I am. Shit, I embrace it. I have no shame in
Hey,
that.
you have
I'm
no
not
right to
Carrie.
be trying to call her a weenie because she's actually completed the damn game on crushing, which is something you've never done.
Damn it.
So you can't talk shit until you're able to show me a crushing trophy.
Okay. Anyways, folks, we'll decide on whether or not she decides to do hard or not.
I
It
don't mind doing
doesn't
hard.
matter. Of course, we just want her, of course, to have fun. But I mean, crushing, it's a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I would say that this is the easiest. Well, I don't know. Is it easier than Uncharted 3?
I would think it's, I mean, 9 chapters compared to like the full games on of all the other Uncharted, it is easy. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, the only times you get like, you know, the actual hardcore people to really fight are in chapters 8 and 9, which is just Shoreline. So apart from that, it's not really all that
Shoreline.
intense. But
Right.
yeah, it really is simple, I suppose. It's just, I don't know if I want to put myself through that a second time.
Understandable.
Which is
you know?
why, yeah. So I think I might just do it on hard. I think I can manage hard.
Alright,
Okay.
cool. Then we'll do that.
Hmm.
So tomorrow,
Right.
Uncharted Lost Legacy. Jay will be streaming it, playing on hard mode. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. We're gonna talk about Chloe's ass, you know, the whole works.
Oh boy. Oh, here we go.
Oh please, don't make it seem as though you haven't been all in the ass fandom.
Shit, I lost count on how many pictures I've
I
taken.
wouldn't. I'd rather get a front. You got the angle and the positioning right. I may have saved a couple of them, but same thing with Judy. She gets the angle just right where it gets the gleam and shit perfect.
But you're over here talking shit even though you have ass shots of her on your phone. Okay.
No.
Okay.
You get the gleam right out the jeans just right too when it's wet. I'm like, damn, she really did catch that shit too.
That's the best time to take a shot.
Hell yeah. I was like, bless her.
Okay, we're leaving this for tomorrow, so.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get the fuck up out of here.
Alright, we out. We'll catch you guys on tomorrow. Enjoy your day off, everybody. Be safe.
Take it easy.
And we're out.
Alright.